Hey, this is David with JCB Academy. Today we're going to talk about paperwork and process when you're taking a car over to the local junkyard. Here we have a cancellation form. This is one of the paperwork that you will have the customer fill out. This waiving all liability of the vehicle from them to you. So when they sign it, you give this to your local junkyard. You also want to give the local junkyard your bill of sale right there, right? And then here we have the title paperwork for the vehicle, where in normal situations, the customer will sign here as the seller, correct? And then you'll sign here as the buyer, and then you'll sign again as the seller, giving the vehicle to the junkyard, and they'll take over the process from there. And the paperwork will get registered with the state just to make sure the vehicle is not stolen or anything like that, and there's no liabilities on the vehicle in that process. So that's a very easy process, and when the paperwork is done, I'll show you completed portion of it, and we'll go from there. We over here at your local junkyard dropping off this Acura RSX 2004 model. I'm finna hand over the paperwork to the car buyer, that just one of the scale people, and he's gonna process it in, and then I'm gonna show you the check itself, and then we're gonna show a process of me unloading the vehicle and loading it back up. You know, again, safety first. You always want to wear your mask when you're out here, you know, due to COVID. This particular yard, they deduct $100. You heard me right, $100 for cutting off the converter, but you're gonna be amazed at the price point and the profit margin on the vehicle once I show you the paperwork and the check in the video as well. So here we're just unhooking the vehicle from here at the bottom. And so as you can see, I literally just pushed it off and it didn't hit the other vehicle, which I was surprised, but it had so much mold in it that I had to use my cable wire to connect to it to just let it push itself all the way down, because I didn't want to hop in. In some situations it's much easier, in some situations it's difficult, and sometimes you just gotta get it on the fly and kind of figure it out as you go. It's not perfect, but hey, this is everyday life, and this is the process and what we do. I want to go over the process and paperwork and the check about what I got paid and what they deducted for cutting the catalytic converter off. Hey, let's dive in. So I paid $300 for the Acura, correct? Now I brought it to my local junkyard. They deduct $100. Yes, I said $100, but every junkyard in your local state is totally different. But I knew I could maximize my dollar amount if I cut the converter off. Now that particular converter on that Acura pays about $700 that you've seen earlier in the prior video. Now the check amount was $460, but if you look at the check itself, it's $460, and if you break it down, my net profit was $160 for the vehicle itself, and my net profit for the converter is $700. Now I lost $100, but you have to understand, you have to spend to lose to make money, correct? Right. So you can see here on the check where it says the model, year, make, and model, the price, and this. Again, I got deducted $100 because of the catalytic converter, but I paid $300 for the vehicle itself, and I cut the converter off, and I still made a profit total of $860 on the transaction for today. And that's just one vehicle. And just imagine what you can do with 5 vehicles in a day, 7 vehicles in a day. Now I would suggest sign up for JCB Academy, come out here, get some of this free money, and let's get to work.